What is going on, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Today's episode will hopefully be the last episode we do on the Black 4Motion Bora. So let's get this thing finished 100%. So in the previous episode, you would have seen we got the car buttoned up at the front and completely finished. If you haven't already checked the video out, do so after this one. You'll see what I did. At the moment, it's apart again. And the reason being, it idled fine, it didn't leak, and after a week of sitting, the crack pipe seal has been damaged on the install. Not sure whether it was me or whether it was from the previous owner, but on this side here, there is a split right here. So yeah. So now I have to go and get a seal for that and redo the thermostat housing and all the coolant. That's why we got the cat lid on the ground, because all the coolant went everywhere. Try to save some of it, but obviously you can't save it all. The issues we are dealing with today are the brakes need to be bled at the front because they're a bit soft, and obviously the battery is connected because the horn stays on as soon as you put the ignition on and the battery's on. So when I put that bracket on behind the airbag, fairly sure that it's installed wrong because it doesn't spring back, so the connections are always on, which means the horn is always on, which is not ideal. So first thing we're going to do is pull this airbag off and have a look at that bracket and fix that issue straight away. I think the reason why is because these springs here are meant to be under this, so when you push the horn it contacts. I think they're contacting the whole time. So let's take these off and swap them around with the springs behind, and hopefully that will fix the issue. We'll see. Alright, so straight away I've picked up the issue. There's a spring on that screw there behind it, but the other two don't have any springs at all. So the bracket that I took off is in the bin, so I've had to salvage some springs, some other steering wheels I have lying around, and they should work. And that hopefully should mean that the contacts here aren't touching the contacts on the steering wheel. That's the reason why the horn was staying on the whole time, because there was a constant circuit. There was no brake because the springs weren't pushing back their frame because there were no springs. So let's slap these in and fix this issue once and for all. And there it is, it's in, and when you push on it, it springs back on every side, just like it's meant to. Alright, so let's chuck on the airbag and let's see if we fix the issue. Alright, so moment of truth, let's see if it works. Alright, so no horn, and the ignition's on. Sweet, so that fixed the problem. And one of many problems we got, but that's one done. Next is the brakes. Alright, so now it's time to bleed the brakes. So I'm only doing the front two, so I'm going to start with the passenger side because it is furthest away from the booster. I'm going to connect up the tube to the nipple, and then with an 11mm spanner, just going to crack it open and just start pumping. Build up the pressure and see how much fluid we get out and how dirty it is. As you see, yeah, the fluid is very dirty. So there's the second lot. Still quite dirty, so I'll keep going. Probably do one more. Alright, so this is the third one, and it's still a little bit cloudy, but what's coming out is nice and clear. So I'm happy with that, and the pedal feels really hard as well, pressing with my foot. I was just doing it by hand at the beginning, but I got my foot into it, and yeah, it's nice and firm now. Fluid's clear, so let's move on to the driver's side, get that finished up. Actually, before we do that, let's chuck on the guide liner too, and then clean all this crap out of here, and then we can go to the driver's side. Look how dark it is. It's quite dark. So it's looking a lot cleaner now. That's a few containers worth. So obviously keep topping it up. It gets less and less and less, which is good. Less dirty. It's looking more clear as it comes out, which is good. Alright, so the horn's done. Perfect, it works. What I just realised as well, that the radio doesn't work. So I haven't actually obviously had this car running for long. But yeah, so battery's in, ignition on, horn runs, well, horn works, but the radio doesn't work. So let me just show you. What do we got? Look at an Alpine mobile media station apparently. So check the ignition on. See, like nothing at all. And then hold in the power button. Nothing. Waiting. 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 Nothing. Control this one here. Don't mind the car, it's just beeping like crazy because it has no coolant because thermostat's taken out. Right, so let's get this radio out and let's see why we don't have any power to it. Alright, so we have a lot of wires and I'm colorblind, so good luck to me getting this sorted. Absolutely ridiculous. All these wires just hanging in there, and some are taped. More tape in there. And then you got these ones here that aren't plugged into anything. So first I'm going to check to see if there's power here somewhere, and then let's go from there, I guess. Alright, so my multimeter won't fit into the plugs to check the power, and I can't be asked messing around, so I have another radio here from the other car, the deck's in there, and the harness is there, so I'm just going to plug in the harness and then see if this radio works. And if this radio works, then there's power. It must mean there's something wrong with this. Alrighty, so here we go. We got the harness plugged in. Fairly straightforward, no mucking around, no bullshit wiring. Pioneer Loom to Volkswagen, and battery's connected, ignition on, and let's see if we have power to the radio. Nope, nothing. You could say progress. You could say I'm making more of a mess, but I'm just pulling out all this stuff from the glove box. Still haven't checked what that is yet, but I just have wires galore, plugs. Figured out that obviously that's for the head unit. I don't know what that big fuse is even for. I should really check that maybe. But they're tapped in for more wires, which goes into here. So there's your stock loom for your radio, but then there's an extra one here. If you look under there, there's an Alpine something or other. So I don't know what that is, but I'll keep pulling this apart and see where my power is going.
A few moments later.
So would you believe it that it was only just a fuse that was missing to get this all working? Number 37 was missing. So this whole time I've been ripping up wires and whatnot, trying to figure out where the hell the power is. There's no power because there's no fuse. So if you're doing your radio and it blows, it's number 42 or 37 on the side of the dash. Mine was 37. It wasn't even there. I just didn't even think anything about it. Checked online, checked all the forums, and just typed into Google, Mark IV radio not working. And everyone just posted about 42, 42, 42, number fuse 42 in the side. And then someone posted, don't forget 37 as well. Had a look, gone. So chucked in a 15 amp in there, thinking this should be alright. Cranks over first time. And the rest is history. Boom, see? No worries at all. So now I have all this to do with, and yeah, I hate wiring, but I think I'm going to go ahead and just reassemble it all, feed it back through into the glove box and whatnot, and go from there. This grey part here was a fuse as well for the power, because it goes to a box under the dash. I think that's for the Bluetooth, I'm not quite sure. And then this thing here, I googled the part number, and it's actual a GPS unit as well, so it actually connects to the head unit. So that's pretty cool. If it works, even better. Haven't tested obviously, but yeah. Now I can piece this thing back together again. Happy days, and that'll be the interior 100% complete. And just like that, it's done. Come on, that's pretty good, yeah? Alright, let's get to the next thing. Alright, so now we've got all that done. The last step on the video is give it a wash. Look at that. That paint is ridiculously shiny. It just has scratches here and there that I want to get polished out. Some of them aren't that deep. I think it's just from the previous owner having it in storage and so on. Oh, and on that too, I found out that the guy that I bought it from done nothing to it. He got it from a guy in the Adelaide Hills after the fires they had, and this is all that was left from the guy's collection. So the guy that I bought it from him, and he was the one that did all the work. So he's the one that's done all the, you know, broken cables, broken wires, broken vacuum hoses, all that kind of stuff. It's got a second life now, new timing chains, new clutch, and it's ready to hit the roads once again. So, well guys, that is going to be a wrap for today's video, and it's going to be a wrap for the Black 4Motion Bora for the channel. I'm hoping by the next video the car will be sold, and we can move on to the next project. I want to say thank you to everyone who has subscribed to the channel so far. We've just hit over 200 subscribers. It's been very slow, but the content's been very slow too, so I'll try and speed things up for you guys and get more content out for you guys. So thanks for everyone who has already subscribed to the channel. If it haven't already, please subscribe, give me a thumbs up if you're liking the content, leave a comment down below. I'd love to hear your feedback, and I'll see you guys on the next video. So thanks again for watching. See you in the next one.